Everybody, how's it going? My name is Nonary. Welcome everybody back to Virtue's Last Reward. Turns out we picked Ally, and we decided to ally with Quark according to Clover's behest. Hopefully we can get some sort of information figured out a little bit more about her past, maybe her relationship with Thamriyell, possibly Santa. Oh, so many questions every single time, but hopefully, and I'm really hoping it's not gonna be one of those to be continued or one of those like really obscure endings like the Thamriyell ending. God, just give us something, give us anything to grasp to. So, this is the pressure exchange chamber.
No, this is the prep room. There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
How do you know that?
Alice told me. She was one of the people who investigated this room.
Weird glitch is still happening in this room. Still, it happened last time, it's still happening now. She talked to her while they were waiting for us back in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Let's head downstairs then.
Good idea.
Sorry, throat's really dry. Gotta drink a lot of water. So, this is the real thing.
Seems like it.
Why do they have something like this here?
Well, this is just what Alice told me, but...
Apparently the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. Still, this weird graphical glitch is happening. Something gotta be about this room here. That was part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
Remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room? Those keep you from getting infected. We won't even be able to enter the pressure exchange chamber if we don't have them on.
I see. Whoa. Then that newspaper article was right?
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6.
Yeah.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside, right?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
Damn it. Just one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Okay, yeah, but...
Whatever. We need to be focusing on finding that CLOVER. Quark needs it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs. You 2 take this floor, alright?
Got it.
Okay.
Well, hopefully something gets explained here. Can we maybe talk to Clover a little bit to figure out a little bit about her, the past? I don't know, anything. I need something to grasp at, people. I need something to grasp at. Aside from that, it just feels like a frustrating game of cat and mouse. Am I the only one who feels like that? I hope I'm not. We looked everywhere, but we couldn't think of it. We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Hey, what do you think the deal was with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? Pandemic seems like it would have made the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute. You mentioned it, didn't you? Back when Dio was asking questions. We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no, but...
Then Alice said,
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
so what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover, what do we know? What are you and Alice anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Please tell us, please, give us something. Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then finally she lifted her head and met my eyes.
Fine. I think I can trust you.
Finally! Ah! Please tell something, please.
Just don't tell Alice, okay?
Alright,
Promise?
promise. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention, at a complete loss of words. Here's what she said. Oh, that music. That music is back. That music is back. Oh, that music is back. Oh, I love this music. Alice and I, agents of the S.O.I.S, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. S.O.I.S stands for Special Office of Internal Security, and we're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state of citizenry. Our existence has been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how you even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. I told you that I've played the Nonary Game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We just escaped and we were all stuck into the SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving. Alice, and that's when I saw her. I knew it! That's how they met! I knew it! Alice. She was standing next to the road with a thumb out. She was already working for the S.O.I.S. She's been on her way to the building we've been trapped in as part of our investigation. Really? But on the way there, her car broke down. We offered to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out that Alice had gotten a tip that terrorists she was after were in the building we've been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the Nonary Game had anything to do with the terrorists. But Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists. That didn't seem very likely to us. We were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there, on a run. Anyway, we're taken back to S.O.I.S headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought that had to be some kind of a connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group that we're investigating. Wait, are they talking about Akane and Santa? But they must not have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back to the way they've been. My mom got really worried about me and my brother, since we'd gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome for one. He was in both of the last two Nonary games too. So anyway, we've been grabbed twice. But the people behind the two Nonary games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom though, so after all that huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy looking guys. Couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day. We decided to leave, like run away. So we did it, and that we lived on our own. Brother must be a hell of a brave dude, because he's going into this literally blind. I worked in a cafe and he composed music. He played the harp. He started writing the kind of new agey music. It got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Good for them. Sometimes he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Or some of them would meet on their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written, play his songs. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty. They just do that stuff on their own, okay? Brother doesn't have anything to do with it. That sounds kind of culty. Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. Morphogenetic fields, right? It has to be. So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned to be the headquarters for the S.O.I.S, where they'd taken us after the second Nonary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so people who were all the same age as us. They did another Nonary game experiment, didn't they? A bunch of them looked familiar too. It only took a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first Nonary game. We were all excited to see each other again. We were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. Then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked out to the podium, looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a vital pandemic. If they succeed, they'll strike a massive blow against all the humanity, not just any one country. It's possible that we as species will die out completely. We're doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You're with what you call espers. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic fields. We need that. Okay, dope, pretty dope. I'm guessing you don't know what those is, but basically we can put this... What's what we can do? Basically we can do this thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, that's probably the closest thing, okay? Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic fields. The purpose of the first Nonary game was to research that ability. So they kidnapped kids that had potential to do it and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she brought in was an Esper. That includes me and my brother, of course. Why do you think I'm just making all this up, huh? I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. No. This is good. This is good. This is what I wanted. This, like, going in depth and continue with what happened in the past. This is what I wanted. That's what I craved. Like, all the soul right now is dissipating from my body, and I'm replaced with actual happiness. Finally, they're talking about the things that matter. The things that matter to me and the things that matter to this game. Oh, finally. Sorry, I got over emotional there. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that. I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creep wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently, though, and they told Alice I would do it. It was a job after all. Most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Must be a good salary. Sorry about that, the burp by the way. Alright, I forgot to tell you. Show us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot. More wealth than you can imagine. But I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple of days passed, and then Al showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. People behind the first Nonary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the S.O.I.S were after. Wasn't that she asked something that I might want to know more about? They got me curious. My brother too. But the clincher was what someone had told us. It was one of the guys that got abducted with us the second Nonary game. Wait, the clincher was what Seven said to us. Oh, Seven, yeah, Seven, the cop. She called him on the phone right then and there and handed it to us. You guys only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. He's gone off to travel the world looking for Akane. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei, like Seven, another participant from the second Nonary game, finally! Making callbacks to characters, finally! Akane, one of the people behind the second Nonary game. Seven was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the S.O.I.S. Okay. Tell me more. For the next couple of months, all we did was train. Half of the time it was general knowledge and technical skills an SOS agent needed, and the other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. I'd actually known the Espers for quite a while. Known about the Espers for quite a while, had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed at the base, so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility, posing as one of the workers, and use a morphogenetic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake, and I got captured. Alice had to come and rescue me. Been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. Oh, okay, cool. So actually she did get to use some Esper powers, nice. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but as I felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Wait, does that mean she started dressing skimpy just to be like Alice as well? Is that a thing? Because I mean, Alice looks pretty skimpy. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I actually like her outfit, it looks really nice on her. Our infiltration ended in failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where the headquarters was. Director decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time, I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. But then, on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going on our plans. And that's how she got captured? And when you woke up, you were in a warehouse.
Yeah.
All of that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. She sighed, her long hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I got a few questions.
What are they?
Well, first off, your, powers, I guess. I'm guessing you can't use them right now.
Yeah. I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but...
No response?
Yeah.
I got a theory. An interesting theory, mind you. Let's say, hypothetically, that these two girls, right? These two girls right here, they're from the current year. Assuming that Thamriyell is Santa, right? Assuming that. They did say the 3 pods were used to cryogenically freeze people. What if this is way into the future compared to Clover and Alice? They think for them it's a year ago that was a Nonary game. But in reality, Clover and Alice and one more plus person were frozen and then defrosted and be put into the Nonary game, put into one of the AB rooms in order to participate with this. So maybe she's trying to send information, but her brother's never receiving it. At the same time, he doesn't know how to communicate it in the first place, so I guess that makes sense.
If there was another Esper here, they could make me stronger. But that's just wishful thinking. Wait.
What?
Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers. Maybe... No, never mind. That's probably not it.
Right. Whatever. I have some other questions, so... Moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread the virus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, who are they?
Well, I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? You told me all this other stuff, but this is too much.
Well, Alice would be mad at me.
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
But...
Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
So you don't know?
No. All we know is soon.
But that could mean, like, just about anything.
Yeah. It could be next week or next month or even next year. Or it could have happened already.
Wait. You mean they might have already released the virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense? Like, how about this room? Or that newspaper article? And the 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
Are you saying you, me, and Alice were frozen and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else had heard of Radical 6 either.
Maybe they're lying.
Really? All 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5. Quark is out too.
So you're saying Thamriyell, Dion, Phi, and Luna all lying? I guess they are a little suspicious.
Right?
And what's the motive?
For lying? How would I know?
Then what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
I heard it was something about purifying the unclean?
Purifying the unclean.
Oh. Oh. Unclean. 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 Unclean.
What? What are you doing?
Shut up. Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering. Unclean. Clean. Een.
She leapt up, suddenly excited.
Neostigmine.
Neo what?
Did you forget it already? I'm talking about this stuff.
As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. Oh yeah! It was the injection gun, complete with a vial of medication. Oh right, I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
Yeah,
I didn't have any idea what it was though, so I gave it to you.
exactly.
Are you saying you've heard about this new stigmine stuff before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just remembered.
You remembered?
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of colon esterase inhibitor. That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurarine.
Oh shit, okay, this is gonna give us a lock for it's gonna give us an unlock for lock 2 now. Sorry, but I still don't get it.
How easy do I have to make it? Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll start at the top, alright? The stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurarine. Following me?
Tubocurarine is a poison in our bracelets, right?
Right. It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
Mm-hmm.
First, is this over real? I guess.
I'll skip through that. So he's saying this new stigmite keeps her from working.
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
So we can just inject ourselves with this and we get penalized?
Yeah! We don't have to die. We're gonna be okay. We can only pull the trigger once, though.
That means we can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
The best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door. If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them.
Interesting.
Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
What? Hey! Clover, wait! Clover! It was too late. Clover was already on the lift and gone. Damn. I think, understandably upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. Okay, so at least got some sort of closure about what's going on and who Alice, is with Clover. Bye? Well, where did Clover go? Bye, can you hear me? Oh no, please don't tell me it's Radical 6. She didn't say anything, just stared at me with her mouth half open. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed, and her body was unnaturally stiff. Bye? Grabbed her shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly, she raised her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured toward the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? She went out that door? Fi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod. Right, got it. Thanks. We should not be leaving her alone. No. You take the girl with you. Take the girl with you and watch over her. Headed for the exit, then paused. You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright? No, dude, don't leave her! Still no response. There was something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed like more of a priority. No! Fuck Clover! Five, you gotta make sure Five's gonna be okay. Jesus. She took care of you when you had it, dude. Jesus Christ, how can you already forget? Well, because they didn't play that route. Act as the morphogenetic fields at this point and be like, okay, no, this looks kind of odd. I should make sure she's okay. Plus, we've seen the whole thing with Quark and everything. Turned back around and jogged out the door toward the treatment center. That Fi is dead already at this point. Unless she just passes out and just whatever, but I think Fi is going to let her kill herself right now. I'm not even kidding it. I think that's what's going to happen with her. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Fi getting infected, that's the one thing I wasn't hoping for. Also spitting the monitor. Whoops. My bad. Huh? This is weird. Where's everybody? Assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Luna and Thamriyell were gone too. They left Quark in the readout in his pod said his vital signs were still normal. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine, I guess it's time to go look for somewhere else. Made my way out of the treatment center. Not in the pantry? Nope, not in the pantry. Not in the second warehouse. Floor B. We should probably go back and check on Fi, honestly. We need to go back and check on Fi. Why is the first thing he's like, oh, it's like, oh, we will just leave Fi, whatever. We just leave her be. No, check on her, make sure she's okay. Jesus. The only person we can trust so far is Fi. Honestly. Even with Dio ending, she was the one like, hey, Sigma, come with us. Seriously, come with us. We want you to come with us. Don't die. Oh god. Crew quarters? Please no, please no, please no, please no. Oh, poster, hello. Sorry, I saw the poster. I don't know, man. The hell? What is going on here? Can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait. Still one place I haven't checked. The infirmary. What would they be doing in the infirmary? So, wait, why the infirmary? Are they all in the infirmary? And we got affected as well. Now we're gonna get affected by it. I ran to the room and stopped short. Might as well have run to a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No. What happened? Wait. We warp around now. Are we experiencing Radical 6 or what? But my whole body convulsed. Whether from terror or nausea, I couldn't tell. My legs went limp and crumpled up to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand, and I looked down to see blood. A vast, warm pool of fresh blood stretching out across the room, lapping my legs and hands. Wait. Why? This can't be real. How could... Oh! What the fuck? Even Fi? No! This is why you should have checked on. This is why I should have checked on Sigma. God damn you! Fi, Thamriyell, Luna, Clover, Alice, Dio. Fi though. Fi. Why Fi? I'm not saying K. Fucking bastard. What do you do? In the middle of a lake of blood, like an island of fresh bodies. Wild flesh, a bloody triangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes. Tangled with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. Did they slice themselves open? Stab one another? Couldn't tell. All the blood. Too much blood. Whatever they'd done, it was clear too that what tool they used to do it. Scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. This is how they had died. This tiny blade. God. This is it. It's all over. It's how it ends. It's right. I have to end it. That nightmare will finally be over. Time to Oh, wake up. Oh! Okay. I'm guessing Phi definitely got affected by the Radical 6. Wait, can people get affected by seeing the other person die and the air in the blood? Can that infect? Oh, that probably why it infected. Somebody killed themselves. That will release the toxin from. I guess it will release the toxin or some sort of fume or anything, the infection through the blood, through a person kill themselves, and that will affect other people. That's why Sigma's clear right now picking up the scalpel. Is like, this is end. Release me from this nightmare. Jesus. When I said release me from, when I said I want to escape this hellhole, I didn't expect like that. Jesus. Fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. Sigma, don't do it. Lifted it slowly, carefully to my neck, as if someone were gliding my hand with theirs, and drew it across my throat. Fuck. That's an end? Whose end was that? Clover end? Whoa. That was very unsatisfying. They gave me some, like... They gave me blue balls for this game. I guess we'll save our game. Whew. Okay. Okay. But now, because we figured out about the disease, we can go over here back to Lock 1. How can Phi and K be saved? Huh. Interesting. So Phi and K can be saved through this particular thing, this particular injection. 5 minutes of life? Wait. Wouldn't this tell us about a 5 minutes of life? We have 5 minutes of life. What do you need to use to counteract it? Hey, this injection that counteracts the thing. But apparently this gets unlocked. Say, hey, whatever. Right? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Sure. Got a path unlocked. Now, that means that 3 other routes here that we need to take care of before we come back over here and do whatever this is. So yeah. Wow, this is quite something, y'all. This is loaded quite something. Holy shit. Alright. Well, that left me very, very unsatisfying. What the fuck happened? That was just such a abrupt ending. We just learned about the S.O.I.S and then like, everybody's dead. And we just... Oh god. That is morbid as hell, yo. I gotta take a little break. I gotta mull over this. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. So whatever this was, the entire thing. Hope you enjoyed. My name is Thamriyell. Like, subscribe, and so every day, and I'll see all wonderful people over in the next episode of Virtue's Last Reward. We will start hopefully tying up some loose ends. Because those loose ends need to be tied up quick. Anyway, I'll see you later, y'all. Bye.